This is the WHTC Morning News with Gary Stevens and Peg McNichol on 99.7, 1450 WHTC and WHTC.com.
Welcome back to the WHTC Morning News for this Friday, August the 20th. Friday mornings at this time, we spotlight local governments. We call the segment City Hall Chatter, and today we turn our focus to the city of the Village of Douglas and its Mayor Pat Lyon on the other side of our Zoom connection this morning. Pat, good morning. Welcome back.
Good morning. Thank you so much. Glad to be here.
Glad you are with us as well. A lot going on in Douglas. I'll start with a mundane item. I was looking at the minutes a few moments ago from this past week's agenda. There's a gate issue that needs to be taken care of. Some entrance that needs to be almost like year round. I don't have it in front of me right now, but it looks like a little issue that you got to keep people regulated, not just in the summer months, but all year round.
Okay, this was brought up by our local Douglas Lakeshore Association, that there are some homeowners that are experiencing people going down to the beach through our public beach at the Douglas Public Beach. And they were coming down at late hours and they were waking up the people in their homes that are adjacent to the beach. And so they asked that the city council work out a way to keep them from going down there at the early hours of the morning and disturbing the people that own the property adjacent to the beach. So they signed a petition, quite a number of signatures of the people that live along the lakeshore, and presented it to the council. And
yeah, we're having a little bandwidth issues here with Pat, so hopefully we'll be able to pick up back with her in a couple of moments. But indeed, you know, it's a case, I think, more than anything else is the fact that
we'll put some signs up for that. So that's how we dealt with that.
Yeah. Signs is one thing, but you know, the thing is though, you know, as long as it doesn't cost too much, I think it's the important thing too.
No. We just put up a new fence. One of the biggest things that we've done in our city recently is because of the erosion, we had to replace the beach steps, and we did with beautiful beach steps. We also put in an overlook, which we didn't have before, so many people can see the lake without having to go down the steps. So the fence is new, and it won't require much. The DPW will open it up at 7 in the morning, and the police on their regular rounds will lock it at 11 o'clock. So it's not going to be a big problem.
Okay, I saw that and it was like, okay, you got to take care of the neighborhoods. After all, you know, elected these city officials, and that's what they're there to do. Pat, you mentioned,
and they pay taxes. So
yes,
you listen to them because they do pay taxes.
Yes, that's very important indeed. Pat Lyon, mayor of the city of the Village of Douglas. You told me in a note as we were getting this interview set up here. Is the fact that, and we're having some issues with the bandwidth, and hopefully it'll get through okay. You told us that, like about 10 things you're working on right now. I said, we're going to try to get all 10 of these. We'll see if we can do that as well. I don't know whether or not Pat is still with us or not.
Yeah, you were frozen for just a moment, Gary.
Oh, that's all right. That's all right. It's a bandwidth issue. You said you had about 10 things going on. We're going to try to maybe we can get all 10 in. I don't know.
Okay. Well, I'll start with what I already talked about, which was the monitoring the erosion along Lakeshore Drive, which the fence was part of that. We went ahead and did a lot of sandbags and extra sand on there. So we now have a beach, and we're really happy about that. The water levels, I was just at the mayor's conference up in Sault Ste. Marie, and we had a whole discussion about the water levels, and they have gone down. They're still over the normal at this time, but we did go ahead and spend the money to make sure that there is a Douglas Beach. And so we're really excited about that with the new steps and everything. The other thing that we've got going on is that we have about $500,000 that we're paying to repave the roads starting this fall. So we're pretty excited that the council approved so many of the road repaving repairs that have been kind of put off for a while. So I guess we could say we're spending some of the city's taxpayers' money, but we do have a little bit in reserve in our capital fund. So we're happy to make sure that the roads are really good, especially since they closed off 196 for a while, our exits, while they're repaving, the major roads through the state. So they got a little bit of extra, traffic on them this year, which was great, but need to be worked on. Let's see. Oh, we're redeveloping an old derelict building, and so that's going to be coming down, and that's been on our docket for many, many years. And so I'm excited that what we call 200 Blue Star, which is an old Hayworth property and property before that, it's been in need to come down for a long time. And so that is on the docket. So well done us for finally getting that moving forward. Unfortunately, the state hasn't given us, and the federal haven't given us the grants that we wanted to do that. So that also has to come out of our coffers. So, but still we're really trying to beautify our city and bring it up to code. And I'm pretty excited about that. We have a new multi-use affordable housing.
Again, we're having some issues with the bandwidth, so hopefully we can get Pat back with us in a few moments over in the city. Go ahead, Pat.
And certainly having the affordable housing and a multi-use in the city is a wonderful development for us. We're hoping to use some of this federal money that's coming down the pipeline to put broadband in the area. We are considered a rural area, and we are open and available for that. So that's number one on our list. And we, as you could tell with our bandwidth, we needed to bring in a much larger bandwidth with the broadband. So that is in the works. One of the things that we're doing in September is that with the COVID, we had to cancel our 150-year sesquicentennial celebration. So, of course, COVID dependent, we're going to try and have a mini celebration. We've just recently acquired a municipal marina, and it's on a beautiful piece of property right by the bridge that crosses from Saugatuck into Douglas. And it's now a municipal marina, but it's a beautiful parkland. So we now have a beautiful park. We've got Wade's Bayou that we're doing. And so we're going to try and have a mini celebration on September the 9th. So everybody's going to be wearing masks, but we're still going to have a band and try to keep things, celebratory. So I'm really, really hoping that goes off. But of course, it's all dependent. Okay, so let's see. My city manager added a few things to here. We are in the process of working with the Blue Star Trail. Of course, we have our Blue Star Trail, but we're in the process of working with Saugatuck so that it's through Saugatuck Township on the north side, as well as on the south side. So we continue to work with the Blue Star Trail to keep this bicycle trail growing. And we have so many bicyclists here, so many bicyclists. It's just delightful because our area is very natural, and there are a lot of trees. There's a lot of big waterfront and outdoor playground things. So the more that we can add, and there's even an additional one that if we can get some grant money, we're going to put through the city as well. We have a playground committee that has matched some funds and are getting ready to redo our Schultz Park playgrounds. And that, we had to bring in some water, we had to pave some areas so they're all ADA compliant, but new up-to-date playground equipment at Schultz Park and at Berry Field. So that's big outdoor activities, lots of outdoor activities. We are selling our 100, let's see, the old library, which is built around 1840 or in the 1840s. So we built a new library, Saugatuck Douglas Library. And so we have this beautiful old building that we're sending out an RFP for so that people can try to keep the historical context in our city. We have a strong historical society, the History Center. And we want to keep things as historically accurate as we can. So we sent out an RFP for some hopefully some artists or somebody. We had some people that maybe wanted to put in a theater. I mean, just all kinds of fun things for our downtown area that will really augment what we have going on downtown. So, other than that, what other questions might you have?
Just one other thing, Halloween.
Halloween. Oh, yes. This is terribly exciting. We're finally going to get to do Halloween again. The council, yeah, as you saw, approved the event application for our adult Halloween parade. Starts about 10:30 on the 30th, which is a Saturday night. So it's not Halloween, exactly, but the night before. So Aaron Wilkinson, who has been doing this, is working through a 501c3 that allows it to be a nonprofit. And so COVID dependent, of course, we will be having our return of our adult Halloween parade. Yes, downtown through downtown Douglas.
I didn't want to miss that opportunity because I don't know whether or not.
Yeah, I'm so glad you brought that up. I didn't have it on my list. Well
I didn't know if we were going to have a chance to chat in October because next month I'm going to set aside this time for Mark Beckenover in Saugatuck because I like to keep the third Friday of the month reserved for either Mark or yourself to talk a little bit about the general Saugatuck Douglas area and pet.
Well, don't forget about Saugatuck Township in Fenville. We're all connected here and we all need each other. We have in Fenville, we have this great winery. We've got great cideries, and things like that. So don't forget that we are a much larger, broader area. So you can also add Saugatuck Township or Fenville because they have lots of great things going on as well.
Pat Lyon is a great spokesperson for the entire Saugatuck Douglas area. She is the mayor of the city of the village of Douglas. Pat, as always, we appreciate you joining us this morning on WHTC. Look forward to chatting with you again, if not in October, before the end of the year as we get closer to the holidays.
That would be great, Gary. Thank you so much for having me on.
Thank you very much, Pat Lyon on 99.7 and 1450 WHTC.